Today we're talking about your midlife starting point, how to rebuild after toxic relationships and life's curveballs, pretty much at any age. If you're over 55 and feeling like you've lost yourself in toxic relationships, divorce, health challenges, career pivots, or life's endless responsibilities, then this video is your wake-up call. I'm Beryl, I'm 56, and I'm about to share the exact starting point that changed everything for me. I totally get it. You've spent decades putting everyone else first. Maybe you've survived a toxic marriage, dealt with narcissistic relationships, or simply lost yourself in the roles of mom, wife, or general caregiver to everyone else. And now you're sitting there thinking, well, who am I with all of that? Well, today I'm sharing the 7-step roadmap that helped me to totally rebuild my entire life in my 50s. And it can work for you too, no matter what age you're starting at. In step 1, we do a lot of soul searching using your core values compass, because first we need to find your true North Star. After toxic relationships, we often lose touch with what we actually value versus what we were told to value. I created something called the Core Values Compass, which is like a GPS for your soul. And when you've been gaslit, manipulated, or just completely absorbed in other people's needs, opinions, and everything else, you forget what actually matters to you. Now, this isn't about what your ex-husband valued or what your mother expected or what society says you should want at 50 plus. This is about your authentic values. In step 2, we do some story reframing, challenging those limiting beliefs. Here's where healing really starts to kick in. We need to challenge every limiting story you've been told, especially the ones that you've been told about yourself and you believe about yourself. I'm too old to start over, or I've wasted my best years dating idiots, or I'm not smart enough, pretty enough, young enough. These are all lies, and they're keeping you stuck. I teach a technique called story reframing, where we take those toxic narratives, maybe from an abusive relationship, maybe from childhood, or maybe from society, and we rewrite them based on truth, not trauma. Your scars aren't disqualifications, they're actually your credentials. Every challenge that you've survived has built strength that you didn't even know that you had. In step 3, we address your strengths discovery, your hidden superpowers. And after relationships, toxic ones especially, we often feel like we have nothing to offer. That's another lie. You've been managing households, mediating family conflicts, solving problems, and multitasking like a CEO. You've been developing skills for decades. You just don't recognize them as valuable. I help women translate their life experience into professional value. That patience that you developed dealing with difficult people, well, that's conflict resolution. That ability to stretch a budget, well, that's financial management. Your life experience isn't a liability, it's your competitive advantage. In step 4, we spark activation. So we reconnect or discover your buried passions. And this is where it gets exciting. What lit you up before life got in the way and got complicated? What dreams did you actually put on the back burner? I use an energy tracker to help women identify what actually energizes them versus what drains them. After years of doing what others wanted, we often forget what we want, and we forget about the dreams that we had. Maybe you loved writing, but you were told it wasn't practical. Or maybe you were artistic or loved painting, but were told to be realistic and that you couldn't earn a living from it. Or maybe you wanted to help people, but were told you weren't qualified and didn't have what it takes. At 56, I'm finally pursuing things that really make me come alive, and it's a multiple amount of things. Let me tell you, it's never too late to light that spark again. In step 5, we look at strategy creation, which is your 90-day action plan, because dreams without strategy are just wishes. We need a concrete plan. So I teach women to create a 90-day plan, a reinvention plan, not a 5-year plan that feels overwhelming, but 90 days of focused action. This includes financial considerations because, let's be honest, many of us are starting over financially after divorce or years of financial stress, or we're pivoting in our careers and our interests, and we want to work smart and not hard anymore. This doesn't mean we can't build something meaningful and also lucrative. Small, consistent actions compound into massive results. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take the next right step. Step 6 is about building your tribe, the support that you deserve. If you've been in toxic relationships, you might not know what healthy support looks like. You might have been isolated from friends and family, and part of your reinvention is actually learning to build healthy relationships. I teach women how to do a relationship audit. Who lifts you up versus who tears you down? This isn't about cutting everyone out of your life. It's about setting boundaries and intentionally building connections with people who champion your growth. You deserve friends who celebrate your wins, not compete with them. You deserve relationships that energize you, not drain you. Step 7 involves micro experiments, testing possibilities for your new life. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to bet everything on one big change. We test through micro experiments. For instance, if you want to try freelance writing, start with one small project. If you're interested in coaching, practice with a friend. If you're curious about art, take an art class. Low risk experiments give you information without the pressure. You're not committing to anything permanent. You're just gathering data about what works for you and what you enjoy. This is especially important if you're recovering from controlling relationships. You get to make choices, small ones at first, that rebuild your confidence in your own decision making. Next, we address maintaining momentum, which is the key to lasting change, which isn't motivation, it's actually systems. I teach women how to track progress, celebrate small wins, and troubleshoot when motivation fades. Because it will fade. That's normal. But with the right systems in place, you keep moving forward, even when you don't feel like it. If this resonates with you, I've put everything I just shared into a comprehensive mini course called the Midlife Reinvention Roadmap. It's in 7 easy steps, 8 video lessons with worksheets and interactive tools, all for just $47. The link is in the description below. And if you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more content about creating your most authentic life at any age. And remember, your best years aren't behind you. They're just getting started. You've survived everything that life has thrown at you so far. You're stronger than you know.